Welcome everyone, thank you for visiting my little sliver of the internet. I'm Mark the Movie Man and this is the final cut. And today things are going to get a little hairy in the studio as we take a look at the independent horror film called Cherokee Creek. Brought to us by director Todd Jenkins, giving us the story of a bachelor party that is held out in the woods because why not? There's been crazier places there's been bachelor parties held. Well, while in the woods things get wild and crazy, and the person who lives in the woods, he's big, he's furry, and he's got large feet, doesn't quite like the ruckus that these folks are causing, and so he comes over with a violent response to the noise and other craziness going on that is associated with a bachelor party, and soon this party is thrown into chaos as the members of the party are running for their lives, trying not to become the next victim of this furry killer. Cherokee Creek is another entry into the Bigfoot genre of horror films, which I never thought I'd be saying. Now, this film starts off strong. I loved how this film started off. There's a kidnapping, and you get to meet the kidnappers, and there's a lot of humorous moments with these guys who aren't exactly great at their job, and it pulls you into the story because you're like, wait, is this the right film? But trust me, it is the right film, and it makes sense as the movie plays out. But it pulls you in, it sucks you in, and keeps the audience there with this opening. And so I appreciated that quite a bit and thought it was well written too. The third act as well of this film, it finishes strong with this crazy zaniness. It gets bloody, it gets gory, which gore effects looked great in here. No CGI as well. I loved the blood effects in here. You get some nudity in here because it is, after all, a bachelor party, and a few surprise little subplots that I did not see coming, namely with the Cameron character, the bride-to-be, played by Natalie Jones. I didn't expect them to take that angle and give us that perspective, but I'm glad they did because it brought a smile to my face, and I thought it added a little extra level and a little extra depth to our bachelor party goers. Now, most of the bachelor party goers are personalities we've seen before, but there is a particular one, Vinny Blades, who's played by Billy Blair. I really enjoyed what they wrote for this character and the gimmick that they played with him. He's kind of that famous friend of the group, and they do this running gimmick throughout, especially when it involves the ladies, which I appreciated and found quite humorous. Got a shout out to Nellie Shudo, who plays the park ranger. While it's a small part, she really sells this role, and it is a great character. Unexpected again in a film like this to get a character like that, and yeah, she really puts out a great performance. Natalie Jones as Cameron, Justin Armstrong as Pat, and Todd Jenkins going in front of the camera as well as Jinx. Everybody in here sells this film and buys you into the indie Bigfoot horror, which can be a tough sell to an audience sometimes. Now, I will say that the pacing in the middle, it could have been trimmed up. We get the idea. There's a scene in particular that I thought went a little extra long, and it involves setting up the characters. We get to meet all the characters who are at the party, and one of them, you like most of them, but not all of them, but you're not supposed to. One of them's a dick, and you get an idea across fairly quick that this guy is just not like the others and doesn't really belong there, and I thought they established that fairly quickly, but the scene to establish that, I think, goes on just a little bit longer than it needed to be. So some trimming in the middle, but outside of that, Cherokee Creek is a fun Bigfoot horror film that will have your jaw dropping at the end because they do go to some places that you don't expect. So there you have it, folks. Production design of Cherokee Creek also is strong. It's solid for a film of this budget. Looks great. No audio problems. Special effects and gore effects really well done. And lighting quality as well, for the fact that they shot this in the woods, is also solid. So check it out if you have seen Cherokee Creek. Leave your comments down below. Love to hear your thoughts on this. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And as I mentioned in previous reviews, please check out our Patreon. For just a few bucks, you could get access to a lot of exclusive content. There's already 30 plus episodes of exclusive content on the Patreon, and I'm adding every month all the time. What else are you going to do with that extra money now that you've canceled MoviePass? So check it out. Thank you so much for your support, and until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.